Like Honda, Features First Auto doesn't just encourage diversity, we're built on it. My name is Lisa Bailey, and I am the founder of Features First Auto. As a certified women's business enterprise and a certified minority business enterprise, our commitment to honor the fundamental value and dignity of all individuals, regardless of race and gender, is a priority. Our diverse team of engineers and our all-women's advisory team boasts of our commitment to diversity. As a Black woman founder, a mother, a wife, and a citizen of the United States, Juneteenth to me calls for awareness. Awareness of our responsibility as a nation to love one another, regardless of race or gender. Juneteenth celebrates progress. Progress in a culture that once celebrated the enslavement of others. Juneteenth celebrates freedom. Freedom that my ancestors fought for with their own lives. I recognize that being a founder of Features First Auto means that I am a builder. I am building dreams. I am building opportunities. I am building a legacy. I am building the future. I am building freedom through opportunities. So in honor of my ancestors, I proudly stand for all individuals, all races, and all genders when I say, free at last, free at last. Thank God Almighty, we are free at last. Happy Juneteenth from the Features First Auto team.
Hello, my name is Orion Brown, and I'm the founder and CEO of Black Travel Box. We are a lifestyle and personal care products company for travelers of color. What does Juneteenth mean to me and to the Black Travel Box? Well, I think it really serves as a reminder that our work is never done. As you know, Juneteenth came about nearly 3 years after the Emancipation Proclamation. It shows that while you can still see traction in some places in terms of equality and opportunity, we still have a ways to go, and there's always another fight, another battle. And so for us at Black Travel Box, one of the things that we do is really focus on creating a space of equality and equity for women of color all around the globe by providing her with products that actually see her. In terms of our internal celebration of it, I think the biggest thing that we can do and that we do try to do is take the day off. This is an opportunity for us to rest from the work, from the feeling that we have to keep going every moment of the day, and just acknowledging that there is something beautiful about a Black body at rest. And so that's how we really focus on it.
Hi, my name is Tichelle Lawson. I am the president of FIG Strategy and Consulting in Las Vegas, Nevada. As a small Black woman-owned small business, Juneteenth means something to me for many reasons, both personally and professionally. But here at the FIG office, we celebrate Juneteenth by doing two things. One, acknowledging and celebrating what it must have been like to be one of the Blacks that received that news that day. That the day that they'd hoped, wished, prayed for had finally arrived. Two, we celebrate the spirit of allyship. There had to have been plenty of non-Black advocates that were also fighting for that day to arrive. And it did. So here we acknowledge those two things. And then of course, we celebrate by sharing stories of some of our favorite Blacks, some of our favorite advocates. And then of course, there's lots and lots of food. We are in fact in Vegas. So thank you so much for allowing me to share, and happy Juneteenth.
atmosphere. God is changing my story. Open your mouth and shout it like you. You want me to say, you want me to say, he's turning that thing around. He's turning that. Somebody open your mouth. Oh no, that won't be your story.
Hi, my name is Dewana Jones-Lynch from WBEC-West, and I'm so excited to be kicking off the Juneteenth celebration. I'd like to introduce our President and CEO, Dr. Pamela Williamson.
Joanna, thank you for that introduction. Hello, everyone, and welcome to our Juneteenth event. My name is Dr. Pamela Williamson, and I am the President and CEO of the Women's Business Enterprise Council West, also known as WBEC-West. WBEC-West is one of the 14 regional partners of WBEC, the Women's Business Enterprise National Council, which is a coalition of corporations, WBEs, and regionally focused women's business organization. As an affiliate organization, WBEC-West implements the certification standards of WBEC throughout Arizona, Colorado, Southern California, Utah, Wyoming, Nevada, Hawaii, and Guam. WBEC certification is nationally recognized and accepted by more than 10,000 major corporations. We also support corporations in their efforts to include WBEC certified WBEs in their supply chain. If you'd like to learn more about WBEC-West, you can visit us at our website, which is located at WBEC-West.org. WBEC-West is so excited to move forward today's event. I grew up in a very small town in Maine, which didn't celebrate or talk about Juneteenth. However, I moved to Texas to attend college, and Juneteenth was a full-blown celebration. As an organization with everything that has occurred over the past few years, we felt it was important to not only celebrate, but also to provide information about what Juneteenth is and what it isn't about. We hope that you enjoyed this event as much as we have enjoyed creating it. We are going to start off today's event with a history lesson on the origin of Juneteenth so that we all start off on the same foundation. Again, thank you for joining us today.
For many Black Americans, Independence Day is not July 4th. It's June 19th, or Juneteenth, the day the last enslaved people in the U.S. were told they were free. This year's will be feted with a little more urgency, after George Floyd's death reignited Black Americans' fight for equality. President Lincoln issued the Emancipation Proclamation on January 1st, 1863. But 2.5 long years passed between enslaved Texans being declared free to them being told about it. News traveled pretty slowly in the 19th century, and even slower for slave owners trying to avoid it. During the Civil War, they fled west, taking thousands of enslaved people far from where Union forces could liberate them. But on June 19th, 1865, General Gordon Granger stood on the balcony of a home made with slave labor to read an order that gave an absolute equality of rights and rights of property between former masters and slaves. But absolute equality has been eluding Black Americans ever since. Although Juneteenth celebrations would pop up outside of Texas, a century of fighting to survive lynching, segregation, and Jim Crow laws tempered the anniversary's national momentum. After Martin Luther King Jr.'s assassination in 1968, his Poor People's Campaign settled on June 19th for its Solidarity Day rally, which symbolically connected the fight against poverty to enslaved ancestors. Since then, states have slowly come around to officially recognizing the holiday. Texas fittingly was the first in 1980, marking a day that late state Representative Al Edwards said triggered a series of events that defines the challenges and responsibilities of successive generations. New Hampshire became the latest state last year. But this is still the country that killed Breonna Taylor, Rayshard Brooks, and George Floyd. A country whose president called Americans protesting the injustice thugs. The distance from true equality may be what kept Black Americans from celebrating Juneteenth. But today, the journey toward closing that gap is exactly what makes it meaningful. This year, it comes as protesters demand that institutions who claim to protect Black Americans don't target them, that the companies who market to Black Americans, including ours, also hire them and pay them fairly, and that the system that's made Black Americans more vulnerable to COVID-19 and the economic crisis is broken. Over 150 years later, Juneteenth is still about how long absolute equality takes to arrive.
Black Lives Matter.
Thank you very much for that brief history lesson, Dr. Pamela Williamson. I'd like to introduce you today to our moderator, Michelle Cawley, President and CEO of Cawley and Associates. Michelle, please take some time to introduce yourself.